Over the past couple of weeks, there's been lots of built up energy. So there's lots of anxiety in the air. I've had people this week being really frustrated and angry and just feeling a bit blur, and not really knowing what to do with that energy. So I thought I would show you a technique that I use when I'm feeling frustrated or there's some energy around. And what it is putting it somewhere. So all you need is some crayons or oil pastels and some paper. So I'm just going to duck over here. And what you do is you choose a colour just to represent that feeling. And you don't have to name the feeling, you just let it be. And then what you do is you just scribble it out. So what this does is actually release the energy and put it somewhere. But what we can do with this now is actually have a look at it and have a look at what we see. Is there any symbols in there? Is there any creatures, characters? What does it remind us of? How would we describe it? So that's what you do, is have a look at it. Then you can turn it on all the different angles and have a look at it again. But the next part is, what do I need to do with this energy? So I feel a lot better just releasing it, putting it somewhere, but then it's like, what do I need to do with it now? So when I look at this, I feel like it needs to be contained, but for you, it might be parts of it need to come out. There might be colors that need to be added. It might be shapes that need to come out of it. There's lots of different things. You could rip it up, you could burn it, you could bin it. There's so many different things, and it's up to you as the individual to have a look at your image and see what you need to do with it. So what I'm thinking is it needs to be put in a box. And blue is my colour. And so as you can see, it doesn't actually have to look like anything. This is art for expression, not to create something that looks good. In actual fact, when it's frustration and anxiety and just this icky energy, quite often it needs to be scribbly and messy and thick and sharp lines, and whatever comes out is right for you. So I've now put a border around it, which makes me feel a little bit better. Now what I can do is actually sit down with the image and journal with it. Ask it what it needs me to know, just write words in response to it. What do I need to do with this? And so that's what you constantly do when you do art for expression, is what needs to happen here. But then, how does that relate to my lived experience? What do I need to do in my life because the art has informed me? It can be just that if you need to put it somewhere and that's the expression. But that's a scribble picture, and you can do this anytime whenever you have built up energy. It is good to use oil or soft pastels because they're quicker and thicker rather than textures and pencils. But if that's all you've got, maybe use that as well. But this is how we use art for expression and insight.